And let's talk about a B vitamin that's called biotin. Okay? And we often hear that it is the cure-all for all hoof problems. And I'm talking about biotin just by itself. Okay? So when we take a look at biotin, number one, we're talking about B7. This is vitamin B7. So I'm going to throw out a bunch of facts out there, and then we'll let our audience decide how they want to handle this this here as far as biotin and feeding biotin by itself. Okay. Of course, biotin is needed by the horse. We all agree with that. Okay. It's used by the horse for a multitude of metabolic functions. It's also important for hoof growth, hoof strength. We know that as well. But some facts that we often are not aware of, in that biotin deficiency is extremely rare in horses across the world. In fact, Dr. Sue Kempson out of the University of Edinburgh in Scotland, in some of her research, determined that only 5% of the horse population would actually benefit from biotin itself. So that would kind of gives you an indication of what percent of the horse population would actually be deficient in this B7 vitamin there. And if we actually had a true biotin deficiency, then what we're going to see in the hoof itself, we're going to see thick layers of hardened tissue. They're going to want to peel off, just like we would unpeel an onion. So that's the clinical signs of a biotin deficiency. I personally have never seen a biotin deficiency in a horse. And I've had horses many, many years, and I've been around many horses as well. And you can also be rest assured, if you actually have a true biotin deficiency, that there's going to be other nutrients that are going to be deficient as well. So if we're attacking the problem with biotin by itself, we still have deficiencies there that's not allowing good hoof growth and hoof quality. We're still missing some stuff that horse needs itself. Now, where does biotin come from? Of course, we will find biotin in our pasture grasses. We will find biotin that's been included in the feed stuff that we're providing our horse. And the one thing that we may not realize too, that through microbial action in the hindgut of the horse, that horse is able to manufacture biotin on a sufficient basis to meet the daily needs of the horse. Now, we also know that there are certain cases where biotin supplementation is going to come into play. And when I talk about biotin supplementation, I want to think of it as being in the form of a complete hoof supplement. In other words, a good hoof supplement is going to have biotin in it, but it's going to have these other nutrients that are going to be needed for this good quality hoof growth as well. And where this extra biotin, say anywhere from 15 to 20 milligrams in a daily dose, is going to come into play, is that if we have a horse that's in heavy work, we have a horse that's severely stressed, or if we have a horse that has gut issues and is not able to manufacture the biotin, then it's going to be an asset when it's used in a situation like that. And certainly if we have a horse that is dealing with laminitis or founder, biotin plays a good role in a situation like that, along with included in the complete hoof supplement then. So that's the facts about biotin. Okay?
Absolutely. So that one's almost a a yes/no thing. Yes, it's important for the hoof,
Yes,
but no, it's not the only thing important for the hoof.
that's right. There are other nutrients that come into play along with the biotin that's in a complete hoof supplement.
Absolutely.
And not just biotin by itself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, another thing that we will point out too is that the good thing about biotin is this, and if we over supplement with biotin, it is water soluble. Okay. It's not fat soluble. So if it was fat soluble, it would accumulate within the horse itself. But being water soluble, any excess, the kidneys of the horse have to expel the excess there. So we're actually taxing the kidney of the horse with an excess amount of anything, really. Mm-hmm. Okay?
So since it's water soluble, if, say, for example, someone is feeding their horse a biotin supplement, or just biotin, you know, by itself, and that horse was not deficient in biotin, you're not going to necessarily harm the horse, but you're also not going to really make a difference in that, a complete difference in that hoof.
That's right. You're not going to see the benefit that you would get out of complete hoof supplement there.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay? In fact, you know, to grow good dermal tissue or connective tissue or keratin or however you want, whatever you want to call it, it takes a host of different minerals, the vitamins that we're talking about here, amino acids, and fatty acids to do that. And that they all have a role, they all have a certain thing that they're going to target on in improving this hoof quality. And the most important thing is that they have to be in the right proportion and ratio to each other for the horse to fully utilize and take up and absorb and have benefit from what you are feeding them.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's the story about biotin.